Today, we're going to continue our lesson on parallel punctuation. So far, we learned that between the subject and the verb, that there cannot be just one comma or dash, and that it should always be 0 or 2 commas when you're using a modifier. And we've also learned that when we open a modifier with a comma, we close with a comma. When we open a modifier with a dash, we close it with the dash. And when we open a modifier with a bracket, we close it with the bracket. Now, we're going to take this basic parallel punctuation concept a step further. Understand that parallel punctuation applies not just to subject and the verb. Rather, within the core element of a sentence, the modifier must always be clearly punctuated. For example, there cannot be just one comma or dash within the verb. In our previous lessons, I've taught you that the verb is not limited to one word. If you read the sentence I've given you on the screen, the verb here is 2 words, have bought, and I'm using a modifier within the verb. But the problem here is that I'm only using one comma to separate the modifier within the verb. To fix this error, I must use another comma like this and maintain parallel punctuation. Likewise, I cannot just use one comma or dash between the verb and the object. Just like the previous example, I would have to use another comma here to fix the error and maintain parallel punctuation. Before we move on to the next lesson, I want to show you one more concept. Is this sentence grammatically correct? I guess what I want to ask you is this sentence grammatically correct even though I'm using one comma between the verb and the object? The answer is yes. And this is because there are many different comma usages in the English language. I'm using comma here to separate two different adjectives when order is not important. Therefore, I'm not violating any parallel punctuation rule. Before moving on to the next lesson, please make sure to review everything I've taught you today.